Ladies and gentlemen, the game between Uganda and Cameroon has been delayed for 30 minutes. It will start at 12:30. Thank you.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Ryanair today. Ryanair, the safest airline in Africa. Ryanair, fly to Africa.
Feeling weary? It's been a rough night. You don't know what it is, but you're not feeling okay. Could it be COVID-19 or just a normal flu? Don't panic. All pharmacies near you will soon be providing you with COVID-19 home testing kits. And you instantly get your test results staying at home. Observing instructions to protect yourself and others. This message is brought to you by RBC in partnership with Africa Medical Supplier and SD Biosensor.
decision.
everybody, and welcome to Kigali, Rwanda. This is the FIBA AfroBasket. It's day 4, and it's the game between Uganda and Cameroon. Here's the lineup for today: Uganda, Cameroon, Kenya, Nigeria, Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, and then wrapping things up, South Sudan, Senegal. And as you look at the Group D standings, Senegal up at the top at 1-0. South Sudan also 1-0 after their 20-0 win over Cameroon by forfeit because of the COVID-19 protocol. Uganda falling hard to Senegal in their opener. They are 0-1. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by the erstwhile, what's your name again? Graham Hitchcock. Graham, big day, especially for, well, big day for both of these teams. Is Cameroon unable to play in their first game. They don't get the participation point, which really puts them, their backs against the wall. And now they go up against a Uganda team which is desperate for a win after losing in their first game.
Yeah, that's right, Jeff. Cameroon, it's a must-win for Cameroon. They are no points at the moment. They've arrived late at the venue because of extra COVID testing to make sure that we are in a safe environment. As for Uganda, tough game against Senegal, 93-55 they went down, but promising signs. Spoke to Coach Gallinopoulos before the game, and the things that went wrong they can put right, and the things that they did well, they've just got to keep doing it. And really excited about watching Kamula play. Arthur Kaluma and Seiko as well, who we know now are brothers. So
yeah, they're brothers.
Yeah, 12 points
brothers
for Seiko. And hit some big threes, 4 of 7 from 3, and Kaluma 8 points, 11 rebounds. Quite a talent, for sure.
Well, their mother's here watching Seiko and Kaluma, and she's been waiting. A little bit of a delay because of the technical difficulty, but we're just about ready to start. And, you know, Cameroon, always one of these teams that you know that when you go up against them, you're going to be in a fight. You're going to be in a fight, a combative game. They're a physical team, and they really get after you. They will not have Mbala for this game. He was in the squad, but he's not able to play today. No official announcement as to why, but I think we can guess. And, you know, you can see that these guys have had a good preparation, and they want to come out and perhaps feel like they've been robbed of a chance to really give their best effort, having not been able to play that first game. But the situation is what it is, and they've still got life, but they need to come out and win today.
Yeah, they've got to be careful. That first 5 minutes, which we talked about in most of the games here this week, is Cameroon have got to come out and just try and turn the negatives of the COVID issues into positives. They've got DJ Strawberry, loads of experience. Jeremy Zuli, and Mbala, you say, is not here, but plenty of players from the qualifiers who did contribute a lot, including Kenneth Kaji, who's just coming out here.
I mean, not just from the qualifiers, players that have been with this national team program for several years.
Absolutely, and that is going to get them through this. That sort of togetherness is going to have to bring them through to the next stage. They are short-handed, just 9 players, but Kaji, Zuli, Pittard,
and obviously the naturalized DJ Strawberry, who's been a big player in Europe, and you can see that these guys are ready. They're really going to get after it. Jeremy Zuli, actually a player that was at his peak, he said. I spoke to him a few days ago. I was at my best playing in France with Chalon, and then I had a knee injury, and he had to reprove his fitness last year. He did come back and play during the COVID season the last couple of months. So he's anxious to come out. He's desperate to win something to qualify for one of the big events also with Cameroon. Now, Kenneth Kaji, you'll also remember him, especially if you're watching from America, from his Miami Hurricane days, where he was an outstanding talent in the ACC and the NCAA. Of course, DJ Strawberry played at Maryland, and the son of, well, you have to say, New York Mets and American baseball legend DJ Daryl Strawberry, the straw that stirs the drink, and Williams Naras, Frank Chubai, terrific talent, another one of those veterans, and Jedien Pitard is a player. They are going to miss, though, in my opinion, Mbala. There's not a tougher player that you want to go up against, whether you're going for a rebound, whether he's guarding you down the low block. This guy is made of steel, and they are going to miss him. Lazare Adingono, the coach. So
Uganda have got to make the most of that situation and just take the positives from the tough loss versus Senegal and make the numerical advantage count.
So the delayed national anthems now are going to be played, and with that, we are going to switch off. We'll be right back with you.
And now, Uganda National Anthem or Uganda Land of Beauty.
So national anthems have been played, and referees for today's game. And we've got a good crew from Egypt: Ibrahim Mustafa, from Mauritius, Leslie Cherubin, and Tarek Bentel Taifa from Tunisia. And I have to say also, Graham, that obviously, you know, they've only got 9 players, and I didn't realize, but also Jedien Pitard also is not here. So they are without Mbala, without Pitard, and one important player, Engelbert Belek, has come in at number 3. So this is really a supreme test for Cameroon, making some adjustments on the fly, having to deal with the disruption, and obviously with Jeremy Zuli, Aristide Muha, Williams Naras, DJ Strawberry, Kenneth Kaji. I mean, that's the starting 5, but they're going to be hurting in depth. They're definitely going to miss the play of Pitard and Mbala. They will need Betcom. Chubai is a great shooter for this team. Kome, and you see Engelbert there, number 3. It's going to be a big test.
It certainly is, and they're just going to have to pull together, put behind what has happened. They've got Kaji, they've got the size that they can really use. He will be bigger than any player on the Ugandan team. Need to go into him. Zuli's going to have to play inspirational basketball. They're just going to have to go with who's here. But as you say, Pitard Mbala, big misses, but it's a chance for others to step up. And
Seiko Inabu, Gu, Dingu, Ish Wainwright, and Arthur Kaluma in that starting 5 for Uganda, coached by George Gallinopoulos. We also saw Lazare Adingono, the coach of Cameroon. So we are seconds away from the tip. And remember, this game has been delayed 20 minutes because of technical difficulty. Well, hello everybody, good afternoon, and welcome to the first game of day 4 between Cameroon and Uganda. Uganda losing their first game to Senegal, and Cameroon falling 20-0 by forfeit to South Sudan because of reasons owing to the COVID protocol. They show up shorthanded today. They win the opening tip. Wearing the green are Cameroon. Here's Ish Wainwright of Uganda getting in, number 13. And missing his first attempt. Ish Wainwright trying to bounce back from a tough day at the office in his opener the other day, and that loss to Senegal. DJ Strawberry, the naturalized player for this Cameroon team, misses from 3 and quickly then comes up with a steal, pushes it on the break, and he knows 2 speeds, fast and faster, and has his shot blocked by Dingu.
Yeah, good defense by Dingu.
Kaluma gets inside and lays it up and in.
And spoke to Coach Kalinopoulos before the game, and he just drives on anybody, gets right to the hoop. Kaluma, good start.
Here's DJ Strawberry. They want to get out and run. They don't care if they're shorthanded. The pass to Kenneth Kaji goes out of bounds.
Uganda have just got to play 90 feet and push Cameroon around and just play tough D the whole game.
Kaluma for 3.
Just a touch short again. If he can just really up his game on his outside shot, he is going to be a major handful.
Zuli tries to get the pass over to Naras. It goes off of a Ugandan. We both agreed Kaluma was excellent the other day in the first half against Senegal, and we were wondering maybe if he had perhaps needed to take a little bit of a breather because he was not quite as impressive in the second half. Well, the ball gets away, and here's Uganda trying to capitalize. Kaluma hands it off for Dingu.
Yeah, exactly the start that Uganda want. Cameroon looking shaky, still trying to find their feet in this competition.
Cameroon driving in, and Muhab having the shot blocked. Ish Wainwright hands it off, and Dingu on the break.
Dingu, super athlete, great pass by Ishmael Wainwright.
Well, I think we've seen enough signs that really Cameroon might not want to run with this Ugandan team today. Strawberry gets inside, gets denied. Kenneth Kaji for the follow, and he's fouled.
Kaji at 6'11", they've got to box him out. Keep him away from the basket, and Kaji's just saying, come on, let's calm down. That's a nice pass by Wainwright, unselfish. Goo above the rim, throws it down. And then the block as well.
The free throw says out, but Naras gets the rebound, gets it back to Kaji. He goes up again. It's a 4-point trip down the floor.
Kaji, great touch. Jump hook off the offensive rebound.
And the ball goes off the referee. Good defense by Zuli. And it's going to be the defense that's really going to win the day for Cameroon if they're going to get the victory over this Ugandan team. Of course, we usually say that. Inapu, and fouled and putting it up and in. Terrific finish. He was really good the other day, Jimmy Inabu.
Yeah, Jimmy Inabu.
I thought he came out of that game with a lot of credit, even when they were blown out in the end. He played hard for 40 minutes.
Yeah, heart and soul of this Ugandan team. Missing the free throw though. Inabu 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. A steal and a block in the tough loss against Senegal, who looked very impressive, and we'll see them again later.
Naba to the corner. Seiko right on time.
He was impressive, 4 of 7 behind the arc. All 12 of his points, three-pointers. He looked great on that one as well. Quick release from the corner.
Here's the long one from Zuli, misses. Dingu keeping it alive.
Yeah, good hustle there on the offensive glass by Cameroon. They've got to just get a foothold in this game.
And an easy one down low. Cameroon just want to stay in this thing for now. Take some of the heat out of the game, perhaps. Dingu spins, turns, puts it up.
Just got his footwork a bit shaky there, just nice move, but too many steps, committing the travel.
Zuli. And his pass deflected. It leads to a break. Dingu gets it. He throws it down.
It's the Dingu dunk show here. Just runs out quickly. Slam dunk again, exclamation mark.
Inside to Kaji, stays with it. Oh boy, he didn't dunk it. He should have gotten that one to drop.
Got away with one there, Uganda.
Ish Wainwright from the arc, it's good.
And good signs for Uganda and great signs for Ishmael Wainwright, who was totally out of sorts against Senegal. After his big move to the Raptors, talking to coach before the game, that Wainwright has obviously gone to Toronto for summer camp and has wanted to come back and play here at AfroBasket. So great for him to see that three-point shot drained to give Uganda a 10-point lead.
C'est ça qui se transforme en ballon perdu en contre-attaque. C'est la 4e contre-attaque qu'on donne. That's the 4th fast break points we're giving. Okay? It's a lot of points to be giving off of turnovers. Alright? So let's just cherish the ball. Let's value the basketball. On prend soin du ballon, ok, en attaque, et puis on pourra se replacer en défense. Maintenant en défense, restez devant. Restez devant. Stay in front of your guy and make him make something. They haven't done anything like that. Okay? We go and we're running horns to the side. We're running horns to the side. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Well, making the point, listen, let's don't let them get points off turnovers. Let's value our possessions because they haven't proved yet that they can score against us really in the half court.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although they have had a couple of plays, but anyway, it's the fast break points that have been the problem.
Yeah, 3 turnovers, and each turnover has ended up in a score for Uganda. So they just need to tidy things up. Correct decision to take that time out.
You can see the absence of Petard, the guard, is evident out here. Chubai, meanwhile, is a great shooter, and he shows it.
Yeah, Chubai, big shot, much needed.
Always a tough player for Cameroon, Chubai. Meanwhile, Seiko comes right back and hits another 3.
I mean, he is on fire from behind the arc. 4 of 7 in game 1 and made his first 2 shots here.
Now Chubai. Kaji can also shoot the 3. Guessing Coach Adingono will prefer him to be operating down low. DJ Strawberry gets it to Chubai. Cameroon a little more deliberate at this end of the floor now. They've got to hustle. They got to put up a tough shot. It's one thing about valuing the possession, but you don't want to stop playing.
They looked a little bit slow on moving the ball there.
How about Dingu? He's been tough.
Yeah, he just attacked the baseline there, making Kaji have to move his feet. Getting away from the basket and attacking him. better footwork, so attack, nice power jump stop, steps through and gets fouled.
Ding takes his time, gets the first to drop. And the second one does not, and Naras goes up and brings down the board. Naras gets inside. Well, that was a strong move from Naras, and finishing with that left hand.
Yeah, great attack of the basket there from Naras.
And now the turnover, good reach, and it triggers a break. DJ Strawberry, you can see he really likes to play fast.
Yeah, Cameroon haven't been able to get on the front foot yet and really push the ball.
Ziwa in the game for Uganda now, the guard, and Kaji does launch the three, and the benefit of that obviously is the long rebound. It goes out to Chubai. Zuli from the arc, that's another three. Here comes Cameroon.
Great ball movement from left to right and a quick release from Zuli. Cameroon getting back into this contest.
And the back pass Ziwa to Ish Wainwright. That was short, now Zuli brings it forward, fresh off his first three. Outside to Kaji, here's Naras, and he's bumped by Dingu.
Good attack of Dingu. And he was blown by and just reached in for the foul.
James Ukello's come into the game, and Dingu sits down. Zuli brings a little bit of rain with that. It was short. Good hustle getting on the floor. Beckham, and the three from DJ Strawberry. Back to a three-point game. And you can see Strawberry is absolutely fired up for this one.
Yeah, Cameroon back in this. They hustle for the ball. Just get it back out to Strawberry. Good elevation. Perfect rotation. Celebration for Cameroon.
Hey, the reason why we went up 20-9 was why? It was our defense and our rebounding. They've got three guys on the floor after the ball, and we got one just kind of going after it. It's not going to cut it. They can't want to get the ball more than you guys, no matter what, okay? Leave the execution up to the basketball guys. The rest of it, you got to go after it, you got to do it. You understand? Okay, let's go. We got, let's go zip. So we got Kieran, actually, let's go push. Let's go push. Ish, you got enough legs in you right now? Let's go Ish. Let's go Kieran. Let's go Oxy here. Let's go Rob. And then we got Tony, okay? Hit, come off that with a full head of steam, hand it off to him if you have it. If not, you've got back screen, you got Robinson on the backside, okay? Oxy, if you hit here, you can slip to the basket. Ish, hit him with a little dump off. Here we go. Defense, 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Clear message by Coach Giannopoulos. They cannot outwork you. You just put the work in, put the hustle in, we'll give you the technical stuff. And that is so true, and he was imploring with them to work give their absolute effort in the first game for, say, 3 minutes, instead of maybe giving him 90% for 5-6 minutes. And it's exactly the same scenario here. Regardless of what Cameroon have been through, they are a class outfit, as you alluded to pre-game.
Well, Ish Wainwright, big, strong, just kind of drifts in and scores through the contact with Naras.
Yeah, that's much more like the Ishwell Wainwright we know. He's just got to relax, let the game come to him.
And an offensive foul. Turns it back over to Uganda. Foul on Naras. That's his second.
That's better, D. Just getting right up in the faces of the Cameroon players and forcing the offensive foul.
Ziwa. And charges into Betcom.
Yeah, good defense by Betcom, but Ziwa just overdoing it on the attack. It just really jumped into the defensive player there, just leading with the shoulder. Ball was fumbled, just pushing a little bit too much.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Yeah, and the Mauritian referee right on top of the plate.
Betcom. Ziwa playing physical, and Ziwa picks up another one. Two quick ones for Ziwa.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Ziwa had a really good game against Senegal, but he's doing what Coach Gallinopoulos wants, but it's trying to play on the edge, but the right edge of not fouling. So he's a key player, and he's had to come out.
Zuli. Chubai. Kome. DJ Strawberry steps in. A little bit more intensity on defense here for Uganda.
Yeah, they're definitely a step quicker. Covering the floor much better, getting out to the shooters, just disrupting the Cameroon offense. And they've got to be on the front foot the whole time, Uganda, and use the roster. Coach Gallinopoulos has just got to get players in short spurts, giving 120%.
Opong gets it to Juleba, who couldn't control it, and it's an over and back violation.
Yeah, they cannot be giving away soft turnovers like that.
You know, DJ Strawberry wants to take on Kaluma, and he drives in and he scores, and one.
Strawberry looks really pumped for this. Just attacks. And Kaluma with the bump helps, comes over, but it's too late. DJ Strawberry showing his veteran status, his leadership.
I tell you, when you have a naturalized player, he really has to buy in, but he also needs to be, you know, the complete player. So you buy into the game plan, to the coach. You want to be the best teammate, and DJ Strawberry looks just like that right now. Here we go. Opong misses. Ish Wainwright rebounds, follows up the miss, puts it up and in.
And that's much better. Wainwright starting to affect the game in different areas. Offensive rebound that time.
Zuli pulls up on the break. Opong rebounds. And DJ Strawberry chasing. Entry pass. Okel back outside to Drileba. Stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, another unforced turnover, running out of real estate on the court. They've got to know where the lines are, and he's going. They just can't give Cameroon any encouragement.
Well, it was a shaky start for Cameroon, but here they are down by just 4 points. Coming up, and a good drive in Kaluma there, and what a follow. Nice effort inside by Cameroon's number 15, Kome.
Ronald Kome there just following the shot in. Great block by Kaluma. He's first to react. Uganda have got to anticipate where that ball's got to go. Cameroon react first.
Gets the friendly bounce. I just had a chance for a three-point play. So 26.9 seconds. Guessing they'll try to take it down for one shot.
Yeah. there's not enough time, but over the 24 seconds to try and get 2 for 1. We need a really good finish to the quarter here, Uganda.
Good look at the ball handling skills of Ish Wainwright. Gets it to the corner. Opong from there hits a 3 ball. A little bit of time for Cameroon. Doesn't get it off in time. Nevertheless, 27-22. That's too many points for Cameroon to be giving up. And after sort of blowing a significant lead, Uganda come back and get the big 3 for the 5-point advantage, 27-22 at the end of 1.
Yeah, that's a big 3. Great job by Wainwright. He looks really sharp. Great kick out. So that 5-point lead is crucial. Uganda 78% from 2, 4 of 7 from 3. Cameroon 5 of 15 from 2, 3 of 9 from 3, and 3 of 4 from the free throws. But it's only a 5-point game, but Uganda in the ascendancy. Here's the start. Kaluma reverse layup to get things started. And we knew it was going to be shaky for Cameroon. It's either going to go one way or the other. They're well rested because they haven't played game 1, but they haven't been on the floor in a game yet. Maybe they don't feel part of the competition yet, but they've got 1 quarter under their belt. They know what they're up against, and Dengu, very impressive young player.
And a much better game so far for Ish Wainwright, that's for sure. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
Yeah, and that's how he's got to play. He's the naturalized player, and he hit that first jump shot in semi-transition. But then Cameroon really started to find their feet. Chubai, who you mentioned pre-game, top shooter, nothing but net. Zuli hit one. Kenneth Kaji hit got a couple of offensive rebounds as well, but he at 6'11", and the size of him, he is their biggest threat inside. And when he's on the floor, Uganda have got to find a way to deal with him, because Dengu is athletic, but he's young, inexperienced, and they're going to need to deal with Kaji as a group.
Cameroon just has no room for error. I mean, they need to win this game, and realistically, they need to beat Senegal, when you think about it.
Because they haven't got that participation point from the first game. I mean, it's all stacked up against them. It's going to be a huge test of character. But Uganda have got to take advantage of Cameroon's situation. There's no, they're 0-1.
But they have the 1 participation point, which is why they're higher in the standings.
A little bit of weave action here from Cameroon.
Kome. And call for the travel.
Great defense, staying in close attention there. Crossover, Seiko's there, Kaluma comes across, and the stumble by Kome.
Ding, back in the game, gets it to the corner. Now the ball almost turned over, 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Eric Rawire goes up for the shot, but then it's not on. Tries to make a bounce pass. So they're fortunate to keep possession.
Nice to see Ish Wainwright getting up and being so vocal, showing some leadership over there on the bench while he's getting a breather. Rawire in the game. Here's Ding. And Rawire actually hails from Toronto. And the ball turned over. And they're going to stop play just to make sure that Dingu is okay.
A lot of players here from sort of Canadian origins playing.
Well, Rob,
Abby Manor.
yeah, absolutely. But in this team, Rawire, Ziwa, and nice play by Kaluma.
He is brave and aggressive, and he's young and hungry. Star of it in the making. Straight away, the Ugandan defense, energy sky high.
Wawire gets in, gets blocked. Good effort by Cameroon. Kome quickly, oh, what a wonderful play. Feeding it down low to Muha on the break.
Yeah, perfect pass, great spacing. Good angle on the attack. And Chisi with the finish.
Belikov for the bump on Seiko. Sabella goes out, Kome and Betcom, and DJ Strawberry comes back in along with Kaji, excuse me. Ish Wainwright also back in, and Zuli back in as well. Good D by Chubai.
Yeah, ball getting stuck over there, two defenders approaching Wainwright. They look much better when they move the ball. Make quick decisions so the ball doesn't stick.
Kaluma, a little bit too much of the ball there. Seiko, long range, rims out.
It's a long way behind the three-point line.
DJ Strawberry, will it be a second three? Nope, a little long. But again, the benefit of that three is sometimes you do get those long rebounds, and Chubai takes advantage, and Kaji follows up the miss to again get it back to three.
Kaji dominant on the offensive glass.
Oh, and Abu with the little spin cycle move. Kaluma misses, he was there for the shot.
Yeah, Kaluma going right and then trying to finish left.
Oh boy, that's unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, they may. Referees are talking about it. He just literally held him. It wasn't a basketball play.
Well, they could go look at that. No, they definitely missed that one. Chubai drives in.
Chubai attacking as Kaluma's got to move his feet there, try and just close the gap. Try and take a charge, but it's all learning process for him because they don't need him in foul trouble. Player so young, but so important for this Ugandan team.
Kaji again. That would have tied it. Inabu soars in, goes to his left hand.
Just taking on the defense, such a tough shot. Kaluma's one beforehand, going right, finishing left. And Abu just a little bit wild, and Uganda just losing their discipline here. Giving Cameroon some encouragement.
Graham, this is a really spirited effort by Cameroon, but that's just a turnover that's going to kill them. They can't afford to turn the basketball over. Seiko just takes it right in for an easy layup.
Seiko, right place, right time there. He's quick. Great shooter, showing his defensive prowess there.
He definitely looks a lot more dangerous today than he did against Senegal. He's playing more minutes. Chubai. Over to Zuli. And the ball goes off of Wainwright.
Good effort from Ishmael Wainwright. He's got to get after all the rebounds, be a leader, as you said earlier, in all areas of the game.
See, regarding the inbounds pass. Muha. Oh, wow, that was a quick 5.
Good defense again by Uganda, making it as tough as possible. And you get the 5-second turnover. And Coach Lazer speaking to Muha Chusi as he...
Well, I say it was a quick 5, but I think Gono didn't think so. He was chewing out his player, Muha, for not making the pass.
Once you start making a couple of pass fakes on that inbounds, 5 seconds can evaporate quickly.
Every time a Cameroon player comes up and commits the foul, Seko's looking at the player and then the referee and bringing both of his hands really close to his face, as if to say he's too close into his face. Oh, good reach by Strawberry, almost forcing the turnover. Trey, go pick up the basketball. Look, Coach Gallinopoulos is telling you to go get the ball.
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
I've done my pre-game work.
He's already chewed out his players for not going for the ball, and now you're sitting around.
Get on your knees, get on that loose ball.
Seko. Here's Druleba. Druleba's a good name for a guy that can drill a three-pointer, but he didn't drill that one.
Oh, that was a long way short, plus it was a long way out as well. Uganda got to get the pressure up on the defense right now.
Chubai, nice dribbling and frees himself. Oh boy, Ziwa is going to be called for his 3rd foul. There's boxing out, and there's the Tunisian referee thought he really stuck his forearm out and pushed him over.
I'd like to see that again, because it just seemed initially it was a 50-50 and both players ended up on the floor. They're not going to show it again, so the refs are happy with the call, but that's 3 fouls on Ziwa, and he played well against Senegal at times, so they need him in there.
Strawberry takes the pass, gets it over to Betcom, who misses. Pass to Dingu, now Opong, who's a great shooter, not able to launch much, and then Gachi almost forces the turnover. And offensive foul has been called.
Again, Dingu trying to go where there's no space. He just needs to pull up there. He wants to drive to the basket. That's fine if there's a lane, and he made the shot, in fact. But just get that ball and just pull up and hit the jump shot.
So that was Mike Schmitz, one of the assistant coaches, based in California. 31-26, Uganda on top of Cameroon. Timeout.
We need a shot, a good one, okay? So here's how we're gonna get the shot. Kennedy gonna be right here, okay? Jeremy, you're gonna be right here, okay? DJ, you're gonna be right there, okay? Naras, you're gonna be right here, okay? So you're gonna bring the ball, okay? Tu vas venir avec la balle, okay? Tu vas utiliser la balle, tu vas utiliser l'écran de Naras, okay? Spin action, as he's using it, DJ, comme il sait the back screen, tu regardes en dessous et tu regardes ici, ok? Kenneth, sois prêt, parce que ton gars va aider, donc il faut pouvoir lire ça, ok? Jérémy, quand il commence, tu reviens avec le gars ici pour lever l'aide, ok? Let's go, come on, let's go. Good defense, good effort on defense.
Detailed timeout there. We're going to get a good shot, and this is how we're going to get it. And just telling the guys where to position themselves, and they've just got to go ahead and execute. Still only 5 points down. Jeff, Uganda haven't driven home their advantage, the numerical advantage, and the situation that Cameroon are coming out of.
Tough defense, Opong on Betcom. And moving screen on Naras.
Yeah, you've got to stand still. I say it nearly every game. Set the screen. Here he goes. He's moving laterally. You've got, if your initial position on the screen is just off, you're just going to have to go with it. As soon as you move to the side, then the refs are right on it. 3 refs. They're not going to miss anything. Williams-Naras has to come out.
Opong, right on line, but it was short. Now DJ Strawberry runs, 3-on-2 break. Uganda hustle back. Chubai, nowhere to go. Good play by, I think it was Okello who stepped in front of him.
Yeah, good job by Okello. That's his job. He's just in there to hustle, rebound, play some D, play some help D like he just did there. He's got all the scorers around him.
Ish Wainwright. Well, just not sure what he was doing there. Strawberry pulls up. He's hit 1-3 from there, make it 2, and it's a 2-point game.
Yeah. DJ Strawberry just loving this. Pulls up in transition. Nails the 3, being a leader, as you said.
Seiko from long range. Nothing worse for a team like Cameroon, just facing all this adversity, trailing the entire game to hit a 3 to pull to within 2, only for Uganda to go back and hit another 3. Seiko's tough. Kaji fouled by Dreleba.
Dreleba got the ball, but he must have got some wrist. But Seiko's 3, no hesitation following the Strawberry 3. And Seiko already up to 11 points. But again, Kaji catching the ball so close. Whew. So close to the basket. I mean,
you can see why Dreleba was a little bit aggrieved not to get that call. That was a pretty good defense. But perhaps the basketball gods have ruled in their favor by having Kaji miss that first one.
The line never lies, apparently. But they've got to deal with Kaji, find a way. Nice stroke there. Uganda have got to find a way of denying him the ball, swarming over him when he catches it.
Seiko drives in. And the foul, and Okello had his hands on Kaji, who just brushed him away. Boy, Seiko is a competitor, isn't it? He's going after it, but, you know, again, this Cameroon team showing what they're made of, showing us what they're all about. They play with so much pride every time they put on the green and yellow. And red.
Yeah, with the adversity, it is what it is. They've had to go through it.
This is good refereeing, where the referee just kind of pulls both players aside. Hey, listen, guys, just tone it down just a little bit. That game with Egypt and Tunisia last night was just the referees. You're looking back on it, referees, I don't think could have done anything more to control that game. That was just a couple of teams that were getting after each other, constantly bickering about everything.
Yeah, so much pressure and emotion. But I spoke to the referees after the game, and they did a good a job as they could in the circumstance, and nothing boiled over between the players. That was the key thing.
Well, 3-point shot off target by Bellick. Seiko, oh boy, they left him open and he drives in, and now it's an 8-point lead. A little bit of confusion in the ranks.
Bit of brotherly love there, because he looked at his brother Kaluma and then looked back to the hoop, and the defense went with the pass.
Zuli's pass intercepted by Kaluma. Kaji then reaches in, and Kaluma cleared out on Zuli. Seiko from the arc, short, and this game is starting to get rather physical. Yeah, Kaluma hitting his head. Zuli at midcourt holding his face, hands in his face.
Yeah, it's desperation time really for both teams, but as you say, more so for Cameroon. They desperately need this, but they've got some talented players, and maybe the most talented. Just pass the ball there.
Chubai with the pump fake. Oh boy, they really need him to hit his shots. Opong steps into the paint and scores.
A great Euro step there, just slowing himself down to avoid the contact. And a little flow to Uganda, now on the roll.
Yep, up by 10 points. And, oh, what a swat by Kaluma. Unbelievable. That's got to be one of the plays of the game. That was a surefire layup or dunk for Kaji.
I mean, Kaluma is just a competitor, and it doesn't care who it is. He was going up against Jeng from Senegal and those stars 2 days ago, and he's just met Kaji at the summit. And all the momentum now with Uganda.
Well, timeout on the floor as Lazare Adengono tries to calm things down for Cameroon to get him back into this.
Here we go. Let's go. Ish. Okay. Actually, let's go Art. Oxy. Ish, you bring it up. We've got Tony, and we've got Rob. Here's what's going to happen. Pitch it to Art. Get it back, okay? Art, you're just going to kind of run off of Oxy, kind of like our push reverse play, okay? And then you're going to go right to the rim. Ish, if he's got any daylight right there, give him a good pass, throw it down on his head, okay? If you don't have it, Oxy, you are turning and you are screening for Rob. You got it? Yeah. Oxy, so stay here, let Art go, and then go get Rob.
1, 2, 3.
We need stops.
Great to listen to the coaches, and
Yeah,
Yiannopoulos has got a real good way about him. The way he just is calm and gives his instructions. And Uganda know exactly what they need to do, but I love the way Seiko's playing, carrying on some good stuff from game one. 4 of 7 from behind the arc, 15 points.
It's funny, his assistant Mike Schmitz is quite excitable over there, noticing, making sure all bases are covered as the players return to the court. You can see those guys really enjoy being a part of this Ugandan program.
Well, they've got a lot of talent to work with.
Kaluma, oh boy, that was big time. Oh boy, just missed the shot. Then he knocks it away though from Kaji. Opong, almost. Kaluma with the rebound, and he's fouled by Kaji. He's really winning that battle easily.
Yeah, it's just, again, Kaji, no box out. He's too far under the hoop, but great job initially by Okello as well, kicking the ball out to Opong, and then Kaluma getting the second offensive rebound. So Cameroon short-handed, and now Kaji having to go out as well. He's their key big man. But Kaluma, at 6'7", he plays really big, really aggressive.
Yeah, that was huge. That's 3 fouls on Kaji. So Noras and Kaji each with 3 fouls.
It's the worst scenario for Cameroon.
And that was after he had the ball in his hands. After the first miss.
Yeah, Kaluma just ripped it. Yeah, so Kello doing a good job there, just giving Uganda an extra possession. Just keeping on top of Cameroon here.
Ruha will swing it around outside. Kome drives in, and Kome overshoots the rim. But they're really lowering the boom here at the end of the first half, aren't they? Opong, 14-point advantage.
Great move, playing semi-transition. Good job by Okello as well, pushing the ball up from the left side to the right to Opong, and he nails his short jump shot.
Strawberry fouled while shooting the 3. So that's a break.
That's tough for Droulet, but it was going to be a tough shot. He just needed to get his hand in his face, and he's overextended and commits the foul. But on the front foot on the defensive end, they're trying to get in the faces of these Cameroon shooters, and Strawberry, clever move, getting himself to the line. Strawberry already up to double figures, 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a steal.
Yeah, you feel like this Cameroon team is definitely shorthanded the way this first half is finishing.
Yeah, they're in, and a couple of guys are in foul trouble, so it's going to be interesting how they're going to approach it.
I thought Naras was playing quite well. He made some good moves, but it's going to be Cameroon basketball. So another break for Cameroon. They're the indomitable Lions, like the football team.
After Kaluma, they're unforced turnovers. A sharp pass in by Wainwright.
Strawberry steps back for 3. Went down to the hope another foul might be called. Betcom with the tough assignment. Well, I think if Kaluma's going to opt for the 3, that's helping out the defense. I'm with you. I'm not sure that's really where he needs to be right now.
It's just not the best part of his game at the moment.
Opong gets it over to Kaluma. And the air ball falls to Opong, and then it's knocked out of his hands. 1.4 seconds remains.
Good play, good anticipation by Opong. Gets the missed air ball from Kaluma, and they retain possession. Just getting the clock synced up here. So it's 1.5 seconds. It's just a catch and finish.
Oh, great block in the end by Cameroon's number 15, Kome.
Was impressive. Came on the blind side, Kaluma didn't realize it was there, and he just swatted it away.
They can only throw this at the rim. Nothing else will work. It's got to be a tap. No, that's not going to count. Got it close. It's 0.3. If it's 0.3 or less, it's only a tap that's going to be allowed, isn't it?
That's correct. There's no time to be able to catch it and come back down, but there was time for the block there from Kome.
Whoa.
We've seen some outrageous blocks in this competition so far, Jeff.
Yes, we have. 44-33, Uganda on top of Cameroon at halftime.
And Uganda are going to be happy. They started, got the lead up. Cameroon were just finding their feet, and then they came back, and these are the percentages. 57% for 2, 29% for 3 Uganda, just 22% from behind the arc for Cameroon, and 28 to 24 rebounds Uganda, 11 assists from Uganda, sharing the ball. Both teams with 9 turnovers. Seiko leading the way, 15 points for Uganda. Strawberry 12. Kaji being a problem underneath, but he's in foul trouble now. And 6 for 11 center. Opong and Wainwright both with 7 points. Ishmael Wainwright on the whole playing a really solid game, Jeff, which I'm pleased. We're both, oh, okay. So that's good sign for him and good sign for Uganda. As we look at the highlights and some of the key stats. Quick start for Kaluma, as we expected. A young stud for Uganda, good defense as well, and they push the ball ahead. Wainwright hands it off to the high-flying Dengu. Raw a play.
He puts it up. Oh, and he hits a three. Are you kidding me? He banked it in. Pass up ahead to Gonçalves. Alley-oop. Oh, Gilson Bango runs the court, throws it down.
That is
Told by the referee.
Way above a hoop.
A little too high for measure. He makes an extraordinary effort to save it in bounds. And then he gets it back. How about that? Incredible. That's got to be one of the plays of the day right there.
That is wonderful play.
Hayes, you got to box him out. Here goes Jimmy Jamrai by with a turnaround. And Jimmy Jamrai by experience, and he has been doing it all day long, folks. This is what he has done.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Kigali Arena in Rwanda. It's FIBA AfroBasket, Cameroon versus Uganda. There's the leading scorers for Cameroon. Strawberry with 12 points. Laras with 5 rebounds and Aras with 2 assists. Uganda with an 11-point lead, which I guess is about par with the situation that Cameroon were finding themselves in. They had a slow start, but they dragged themselves back with some great play from DJ Strawberry, 36 years old now, 12 points, 1 of 5 from 2, 2 of 5 from 3. Some good defense as well, deflections, putting pressure on the Ugandan team, and Uganda have responded well with Seiko 15 points, Ishmael Wainwright 7 rebounds, much more effective than this game than against the tough loss versus Senegal. In Abu, 5 assists. 44% from the field, Uganda. Cameroon, 26. Just under 27%. Seiko, 15 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He's 3 of 5. 3 of 5 from behind the arc, and Ishmael Wainwright looks a lot happier. Just looked shaky, maybe nervous against Senegal, but they are tough opposition for anybody in this AfroBasket. Kadji's got some blood on his warm-up. He's going to have to deal with that. He's in foul trouble, but he was a real problem early on for Uganda with his offensive rebounds, putbacks. But they really went at him, including Kaluma. Has got him into foul trouble. 4 rebounds, 7 points, but 3 fouls, as well as Williams and Aras. They've only got 9 players on the roster, Cameroon. If they lose those 2 guys, then there's going to be a problem. So just a few minutes away, a couple of minutes away from the restart here. This game was delayed by 30 minutes. So it's going to be a really packed schedule, 4 games to bring to you from Kigali. And Jeff, I sort of said in the intro back there, it's about par maybe for Uganda to be 11 points up. Do you think Coach Kanalopoulos will be happy?
I think he will be because of the way they finished. Let's try to listen in real quick.
Other than that, we're in normal coverage. Everybody good? Got it? Here, offensively, see if we can execute this. We're flipping to Arthur. Ish, you're bringing it up. We're 5 out. Flip to Arthur. Arthur, flip to Adam. Flip it back to Ish, and Arthur, you're going back door. All right? We just don't want you to be pressured bringing the ball up. Go to here. Ish will start it to you. So it's 1 flip, 2 flip, stay in the corner. Ish, you're getting that 3rd flip, back door. Everybody good with that? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, listen good.
Well, speaking of Arthur and Adam, the brothers,
yeah,
their mother is here, Evelyn,
yeah,
and wearing the gray shirt at the end, and they actually hail from Arizona. But we've spoken about Arthur going to Creighton next year, where that's going to be a whale of a team. They got some good young players coming in,
yeah,
and obviously Adam Seiko's at San Diego State, so it's a basketball family, and it's great that their mom could come all this way to watch them play.
You can see her during the game getting really excited, especially when the brothers connect as well, and they have done a couple of occasions during that first half. But yeah, proud mum time, and to be here courtside, a little contingent of Ugandan supporters and officials.
She's over there busy typing away messages to everybody.
Yeah, and
excited to be here.
just total thrill. But Kaluma at Creighton, that will be exciting.
So both Arthur and Adam in the lineup here at the start, along with Jimmy Inabu, Dean Gu, and Ish Wainwright. Mua comes out and airballs the first 3 of the game.
Good penetration and kick. Cameroon got what they wanted. And now we're going to see this Ugandan offense. 3 flips and a backdoor cut. Let's see if they can run it.
And remember the foul trouble that Cameroon are in. Kaji has 3, Naras has 3. Naras guarding the ball right now. So it's a tough situation they find themselves in. Seiko comes out and drills a 3.
It wasn't as coach drew it up, but at the end of the day, if someone gets an open shot, that's a good play. Seiko again, just catch and shoot in one motion.
Kaji right to the other end. The lead 14 points for Uganda, trying to deliver the knockout. Good defense by Zuli. Passes back to Naras and he dunks it. And Ish Wainwright with a quick bullet overhead pass to Seiko at half court. They find Kaluma in the corner now. He drives in. That's going to be a charge on Kaluma.
And that sometimes is the issue for Arthur, that the first thought he has every time is, I'm going to attack. And you come up against elite defenders, and Muha does a great job of moving his feet. There's going to be at times he's going to commit the charge. So develop that outside shot, make a couple of those, defense comes out, shot fake, then you've got the open lane.
Kaji this time backs his way down low and banks it in.
Yeah, he is tough. That jump hook is unguardable for Uganda. Great rhythm on the shot, gets the 2 off the glass.
Dean Gu going to work on Kaji, passes it back outside. Inabu, nowhere to go for him. He gives it to Ish Wainwright for 3. Kaluma with the rebound and the dunk.
Kaluma just gets after it. Great to watch, doesn't care about the charge that he's just committed. Getting on with the game, big rebound. And a quick up for the finish.
Mua pulls up, now thinking about it, and gets it back outside to DJ Strawberry.
They've got to box out. They're undersized, Uganda, in certain areas. Certainly when Kaji's in the rats, they're really aggressive. Just got to box out first. Do your preparation for your defensive rebound first. Push the offensive player away and get your rebound. Kaji telling Naras to move.
Kaji's staying with it. He's going to go up strong. He's going to have to contend with Ding Gu's hands in his face, and another nice pass by Ish Wainwright. And Gu goes all the way. Ding Gu, how are you?
Dang. Gu, I think that's where he's happiest, that's where he's best, in the open floor, not over-structured. And Uganda on the run. It was a tough pass there, one-handed pass. Oh, Zuli, look at that, that is tough. Wrap-around pass to Williams Narasi.
Yeah, Naras is he's a good big man. He's shown us some stuff today. I think the Ugandans are maybe a little bit more athletic around the rim. Kaluma, Dingu.
They've definitely got the athletes. Cameroon have a bit more weight and muscle in Kaji. Kaji's got to be careful. I think they've got to go at him as much as possible. Try and get him onto his 4th foul. That's got to be the Ugandan tactic.
Naras gets the 2nd one. So it's back to a 12-point game. They haven't put them away yet. Seiko.
They're running him off the 3-point line now.
Inabu has it knocked out of his hands. Great play by Chubai. And Ish Wainwright couldn't get it. Naras showing his ball handling skills. And they were good, and then they weren't good. And then the ball gets away, and almost a steal by Ish Wainwright. Oh, I think he might be right, actually.
Yeah,
I think it did go off his hands. Ish Wainwright's going to play for Toronto, making the big leap from the Basketball Champions League. And it's interesting, you know, he spent a year with the Buffalo Bills practice squad in the NFL before deciding it was going to be basketball all the way. And American football's lost his basketball chain for sure. Kaluma gets inside, hands it off. Nice passing. Kaluma, give him the helper, the assist.
They're really pushing and playing to their strengths now, Uganda. Transition and semi-transition. Just keep putting the pressure on.
Zuli, tough drive. Oh dear. Oh dear. Not good. He might have re-injured the knee that kept him out of basketball for a while.
Yeah, something's gone there as he's driven to the
I think it was his meniscus. Or no, he had arthroscopic surgery. I was talking to him at the airport on the way down, and that's a good sign that he can walk off. But he had to miss a lot of time, and clearly he has not fully recovered, and he doesn't even know, you know, he just desperately wants to come out and prove that he can get the job done for Cameroon and help them do something. But boy, they're in dire straits right now if he goes out.
Yeah, just everything going against Cameroon at the moment, including the score. They're full team down. But Uganda have just got to keep pushing. Don't ease up.
DJ Strawberry. Chubai on the baseline.
The referee's really keeping it clean with the rebounds, and it's a push against Arthur Kaluma.
Oh, the ball goes off of Catch's hands.
And it's all starting to go a little bit west for Cameroon. They've got to dig in. We don't know what the situation exactly is with Zuli. So the roster's getting thinner and thinner here.
Dingu in the paint. Gets it back to Opong. And boy, what a terrific rebound by Chubai. I mean, they are just fighting just to stay alive right now. Remember, they have no participation point because of the 20-0 forfeit. They just cannot afford to lose this game. DJ Strawberry gets in and hits the jumper.
Yeah, just perfect mid-range. Got to his spot. Drained the two.
Wainwright gets it to Opong, gives it back to Ish Wainwright. And a reach and a foul.
Good hustle though by Cameroon. They've got to just try and trap, throw second players at the ball handler.
Nabu and Seiko go out. Druleba and Ziwa come in. Some nice guards coming in for Uganda. Got a nice squad.
Ziwa, he's had a bit of foul trouble, but again, gives them a natural ball handle.
Well, he threw it right into the hands of Noras that time. Oh boy, Ish Wainwright chased down Noras and knocked it away.
Commentator's curse for
sure.
sure.
Druleba picked up his dribble. Boy, he barely beat it across. Opong. Dingu with the offensive board out to Ziwa. Drills a three. Biggest lead of the game. 15 points for Uganda.
Dingu doing what he can do and hurting Cameroon right there. Smart decision, kicking it back out for the three.
And almost another turnover from Betcom. Noras puts it up from three. Bingu from the right. I've never really seen that element of his game at the AfroBasket, but Naras falls asleep as Juleba takes it away. Opong, good! Uganda pulling away.
Yeah, Ugandan basketball at its best. They've got to play up tempo, transition, semi-transition, not too much half court. And Wainwright just being a facilitator, nice and calm with the extra pass. And Robertson Opong drains the three.
Find your man, pick him up. OK? Cherchez votre homme et on est au-dessus. OK? Quand on arrive en attaque, systématiquement, on fait l'écran sur le porteur de balle. OK? Et on roule et on se replace. OK? De la même façon que they play with a lot more energy and intensity than us. Soyez fort avec la balle. OK? Take care of the ball. 3 turnovers, 9 points. 3 ballons perdus, 9 points. Prenez soin du ballon, OK? Soyez fort avec le ballon et puis exécutez en attaque. En défense, on échange tout. We're switching everything on defense. OK? Come on, let's go.
Let's get a run. Let's get a run. Allez, les gros, allez. Team Camer. Le pays.
Yeah, Cameroon had to call time out there. Uganda just getting every shot they want. And that was the last of them from Robertson Opong, and really playing with some fire here, Uganda. 10 points, 2 of 7 for 3 and 2 of 3 for 2. And talking to Coach Ganalopoulos before the game, he was happy that they did enough good things against Senegal, they can bring them here.
Bedcom drives in. Good aggressive play.
Just a couple of games in the qualifiers as he attacks the basket against 2 Ugandan
They're just up against
players.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, they are up against it. And Zuli, one of their leading players, obviously coming back from injury, and clearly, you know, we talked about Ivan Almeida yesterday. He says he thought he was playing at about 50%, but he didn't want to miss the chance to play with Eddie Tavares and to represent the country, because, you know, those guys all grew up together, playing basketball together. And for Zuli, this is his, who knows, could be his last opportunity to play at the FIBA AfroBasket. And yet, all the other adversity that Cameroon has with short of Pitard and some other players. Mbala, yeah, I mean, that is a huge absence, and you know, they're starting from behind basically. Juleba for 3, and Uganda, you know, they didn't come here to show any sympathy. I mean, you can't blame them. They got to play hard, and they're up 19 points right now.
Yeah, they've got their own requirements for this game. They have to win it. They lost their first game against Senegal, so this is massive for them.
The drive in and the denied shot. You know, also, you know what, sometimes it just happens. Senegal not able to play at the Olympic qualifying tournament in Kaunas after they tested positive, had some COVID-19 issues in Germany and couldn't get out of the country. And they've come here, they've put that behind them, they've come here and they've had a good start beating this Uganda team. So it's just the way it is.
It's the world we're living in.
Tough drive by Bellick, and good defense by Uganda.
Yeah, they've played good defense both times. Bellick's driven to the basket, and they're outworking Cameroon now. Their energy levels are up. They're able to bring fresh players in. And this is where Coach Ganalopoulos has just got to use his bench, give everybody minutes. And play up tempo, don't get the ball stuck.
Wawire in, gets it over to Opong. And boy, he had to do everything he could to get that rebound. He didn't bring it down cleanly, and then Opong was there about to pick up the loose ball to get a layup. Strawberry, tough shot.
Great defense again by Uganda, forcing G.J. Strawberry into a fadeaway, and then too much contact on the attempted offensive Rebound, good box out. Deng there, you saw him. I don't know if they're going to show it again, but he's boxing his player out, pushing him away from the basket. And I'm not sure how much time is spent in boxing out. And it's an art that is so important.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Here's Wainwright. Oh boy, that was a good swat. I think it was either Chubai or Betcom. Strawberry pulls up on the break. Grazes the outside of the net. Excellent work again by number 8 Betcom to keep it alive for Cameroon.
Great effort again on the defensive end. That's where it's all happening for Uganda.
Rawire.
On small ball Uganda, so they've not got a lot of players on the offensive glass.
Whoa. Betcom goes down. Ish Wainwright, watch this.
It's a little bit of...
He was blocking the ball. It was just looked worse than it was.
Betcom again. Another Cameroon player attacking the glass and being stopped from scoring.
There's Zuli looking on. It would seem his day is over after how he went down.
Yeah, it's such a tough loss for him and the Cameroon. If that is the case, great double team though on the trap.
Okello gets in. Now quickly, Belek, Chubai. Here's Chubai, nope. Just can't get it to drop. Belek tries his luck. Ooh, Druleba is going to be called for the charge.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Druleba, but he's trying to cross Betcom over, and he's right by the sideline. There's not much room, and Betcom's already there. Maybe just make the pass there. Druleba knows, and coach tells him, but Janabu comes in.
Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Belek over to DJ Strawberry, and he's fouled. So he'll go to the line for one, and a potential three-point play.
Great attack from Strawberry.
Rawire with the hack.
Yeah, again, stop move. No movement of the feet at all. They've got to move the feet. Then they can use their hands, not the other way around.
I tell you, Uganda can't ease up here. It's 62-46. This Cameroon team's not going to stop playing.
With the likes of Strawberry, they can score in a hurry.
I'm not suggesting that they look like they're stopping playing. Here's Rawire from the right corner. Kaluma just keeps it alive. Well, that possession is going to be awarded to Uganda, and I think Gono, with all of the frustration that's building up, no doubt, perhaps at the end of his tether, the referees are doing the right thing just to say, are you sure? Are you sure it's this way?
We need to have another look at it.
It could be, he's like, wow, that's a big coach. I don't want him to, yeah. He is a big guy, isn't he? I think Gono.
Yeah, he's looking very dapper in his suit.
Okay, so the ball, yeah, the ball does go over to Cameroon. So they got a few seconds here to get that last shot. Oh, Good. He gets it back. Beckcom. Oh, he misses the easy one. Well, I would say it's easy. He should make that.
Yeah, mid-range jump shot uncontested.
Could have banked it in. So, a frustrating third quarter for Cameroon. Uganda just about ready to land the knockout punch. They're up 62-47 after 3.
Here's the stats. Uganda 15 of 27 now from 2, 9 of 28 from 3. Cameroon just 4 of 27, but 81% from the line, 13 of 16. That is a good job for Cameroon. Some of the best plays. Zulu passing to Naras for the throwdown.
Let's see if they showed the play where Zulu gets hurt. I think at full strength Cameroon, without all the problems, I would have, before the tournament, I would have put my money on them advancing to and the battle, or maybe a three-way battle between themselves, Uganda and South Sudan, being very even. But it's clear that Cameroon are weakened with all everything that's happened, and that's to take nothing away from Uganda. In Uganda, we saw in the first half against Senegal what they were, how good they can be, how well they can play, and they've shown it again today. It's a national team program that looks like it's moving in the right direction. I know that in Uganda, they do not have an arena like this, but gosh, just not that far away from here, they must be looking over here in Kigali and thinking, wow, what about the potential if we were to have a facility like that, and looking at the types of players that they have in their national team that can capture the imagination of basketball fans, because this is a team that people would want to watch, and you could get 10,000, 15,000 fans in to watch this Uganda team easily. They play attractive basketball, fast basketball, okay, with the occasional turnover. Anyway, we'll see, and that was a little bit, okay, what are they going to see here? Belek. Yep, they're going to say it's a charge.
Great job by Wainwright there. Had his feet outside the charge circle. Now Cameroon have just got to play all 90 feet defense now. Whether they're short-handed or not, they've just got to try and disrupt Uganda right from this inbounds.
Well, they get the inbounds pass. Now Belek chasing Seiko. That's physical Cameroon defense that we're used to seeing. Seiko does a good job of bringing it across midcourt.
Belek, just too many hands there. The first few slides and zigzags were okay. Just got his right hand on the hit.
Well, they're double teaming him there. Chubai and Bexton, and eventually the foul was called. And this is the type of defense that we've seen here at the start of this fourth quarter. Is our AfroBasket lives are about to be extinguished if we don't do something now. So Kome with the rebound. They're going to push it quickly. DJ over to Kome from the right. It's good. And it's a 12-point game.
Get a great penetration from Strawberry. The pass right on point, and Kome does the rest with the wide open three in the corner. Strawberry attacks head down, 3 players around him. That's an overhelp.
Graham, this is going to be a lively timeout. Let's listen in.
We're overhelping out of the corner with 4 people when we have home and we have the ball contained and we have a sink. Wake up! This game is not over. It is so far from over. We could lose it by 12 just as much as we could win it by 12. Are we clear about that? Sir. Figure it out. We're going hook. Hook. Enter the ball. Okay? We're entering it. Ish. I want you to bring it up. Okay? Actually, Kieran, you bring it up. Get it to Adam. Adam release. Yes, just get it to him. I don't care what you do. Just get it to him. Curl over the top. If you have him, have him. Arthur, cut just like we talked about to the front of the rim aggressively. If you don't have it, just move it. Get it to the second side. Continue to move the ball. They're switching everything. So flip every screen. Go back door. Play. Play just like we're running offensive script right now. You need swing, play out of swing. But they're pressuring from the get-go. So they're going to gamble and they're going to foul. Stay close and have your releases and have your outlets. We're going to get easy baskets. You're playing out of a fast break every single possession that we have to press break. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let's go. Come on. They're in the post.
Defense, 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Well, we talked about, Jeff, their potential and the exciting players they've got, like Kaluma, as you say, going to Creighton. His brother is already at San Diego.
Yeah, Ryan Nimhard is also going to be there. The younger brother of Andrew, who plays at Gonzaga, but Ryan Nimhard was one of the best players at the Under-19 Basketball World Cup, and also Ryan Kalkbrenner, who won the title with USA.
Yeah,
go ahead, sorry.
No, they've got some great young players, but just a couple of AfroBaskets participation, 2017, 2015. Is it an issue where Cameroon have got more experience of the big-time competitions? Is it a bit of an experience? They're still trying to find a way to win a big game, and this is big, regardless of what Cameroon have been through.
Oh, absolutely, you know. That's international basketball. And that's what they're encountering is, despite everything that Cameroon has gone through, they are playing for Cameroon. And they're not going to go out of here without a fight. So, yeah, you look good. You have all the high-flying plays. You hit all the threes. You have all the fast break points. You come up with all the steals. But Cameroon they aren't just going to go. They're not going to go away. You better play 40 minutes or you're going to get beat. And that's exactly the message that Coach Gallinopoulos was delivering to his team. And I thought it was right on time because, yeah, I mean, we remarked right at the very beginning, you know, the way they came out, they're not going to go down without a fight. And defensively, they've come out and really gone for it.
Yeah, to look at Cameroon's history, you have to go back to 2007 for their best podium finish, second, but they're at all the AfroBaskets. 2017 made the quarterfinals, so and obviously they would have had all their players and not had this COVID issue, and Nzuli just going down with the injury. But Seiko, 18 points, Strawberry 17, the leading scorers for both sides. Strawberry 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and Seiko 2 assists. So you've got DJ Strawberry, 36 years old, but he's looking in great shape, much.
It's hard to believe he's that old.
It's great success at European level. And of course, he's a naturalised player for Cameroon, but as you alluded to earlier, he just fits into that programme. You wouldn't know he was the naturalised player. He just fits in perfectly and plays in the flow.
Exactly.
Gives his absolute all for this group.
Except for his last name. I'm not sure how many strawberries there are in Cameroon. So an offensive foul on Uganda gives it right back to Cameroon. And I give Coach Lazare Adengono credit here. And he's showing his experience. You know, he's been at the helm of this national team many times. Chubai, Strawberry. Big pass to Bellick. Ooh. And they're going to call it travel.
Yeah, that's great defense. That's closing the gap. Both Apong and Ziwa sliding together, creating the travel. So that's how Uganda got to play. Force the turnovers and play in transition. Everything's out of a fast break. Coach Gallinopoulos telling his guys they can't think about what they're doing too much, just play on instinct and push.
Kiwa hands it off to Opong. I think Uganda will be happy to see that ball fall through the hoop again. Just to sometimes you just need that basket, and Ziwa just has it knocked away, and it leads to a break. 3-on-1. Oh, nice hand back to Moa, and here come the Lions, the indomitable Lions.
Straight out of their defense, and they get the 2-on-1, and now.
And Zuli back in the game as well. Injury or no injury, he's playing for his country.
He knows how important this is. They've got to win the game. He's back in. That will give Cameroon a massive lift.
Chubai. Charge is the call on Frank Chubai.
That's Dengu, young player, but an older head on his shoulders. That is so brave. Just waiting there.
Taking one for the team. Somebody take him and get an x-ray. Wow.
He got nailed on that charge, but he's learning quick. That's what he has to do.
Here's Wainwright into the corner. Opong for 3. That's big. That is huge.
Yeah, that's massive for Uganda. Robinson Opong with the 3 from the corner.
Strawberry just a little bit out of control there with nobody able to crash the boards for Cameroon. They need to stop here. Dengu going to work.
Much better by Uganda. Big stride.
He was fouled, no doubt.
Yeah, a bit more space to operate there for Dengu.
And this is the first.
Yeah, he's 1 of 2 from the 1 of 3 from the line now. Just 56% from the line in the qualifiers. That looks a lot better stroke.
There's still time here. Still a lot of work to do for Uganda. Would like to knuckle down on defense and really make life difficult for Strawberry and Cameroon. And Strawberry trying to create, trying to make the pass.
Yeah, they're trying to push the game and chase the game. And it's just all working out for Uganda again. They've weathered the Cameroon storm.
Ooh, boy, Ziwa. Strawberry just really stepped in front of him. Quite a collision. Opong back to the corner and goes out of bounds.
Maybe I'd be happy with getting cutting to the basket there, so Opong just drives, drop it off to him. There was space on that baseline. He'll just be able to throw it down. That's where he's at his most effective, Dengu.
Zuli out to Chubai. That's the man, and that's the shot they want. Kaji just picks up his 4th foul.
That's a really clever spin move. Watch this little pass fake and then dribble. Spins off Kaji's body, completely got him on that move. And Kaji had only just come back into the game. He's on 4 fouls. Big, big trouble for Cameroon. To be an absolute elite team, you've got to make your free throws.
We've seen a lot of misses. Oh boy, and thought they were going to spurn that opportunity, and Seiko reaches in and fouls Mua, or Kome. And Kome goes to the line for a 3-point play.
Yeah, they just switched off there, Uganda. Dengu misses the free throw. Quick push ahead by Cameroon. Kone at the line for the 3-point play.
Wainwright gets in the paint, floats in. Charge.
Yeah, just trying to do too much there. Wainwright just hasn't quite got the elevation to go up against the bigs of Cameroon. Uganda have got to find a way, got to find a formula to get the win here.
46 remaining. Cameroon's done a decent job at the line today, 13 of 16. Part of the reason why the door is still open is because Uganda have missed some free throws. Well, they're getting looks. They're just not knocking them down. That last one missed by Arnold Comey.
Yeah, just a touch long. Akaji got one hand on the offensive rebound, couldn't gather it in.
Trying to knock the ball away from his Wainwright. Oh, beautiful pass from Wainwright to Dreleba, and that's where he's really been good today, is his passing.
Yeah, he's a top passer, gets his head up. Dreleba just drifts along the baseline for the easy two.
Zuli.
What would you say? 8 assists for Wainwright. Just being smart the way he's going about it, his business.
Dreleba is in some pain. Don't know what's happened.
That was away from the ball, wasn't it? As well.
I'd have to look back and see. I hope it's not his knee. It doesn't look good, does it? It's the worst thing that can happen, obviously. Especially late in the game.
Yeah, they just made that nice play under the basket off the Wainwright assist. And it's the next play on the defensive end that's caused him the issue. Medical staff are helping him up.
Well, at least he's up.
Five points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, plus minus of +6.
I don't know if he has a wrapping to where he's had an injury, but that doesn't look good.
Well, these things are going to happen. High intensity basketball, really physical, a game every other day.
Yes. And that's a 2-point dagger.
Yeah, that's a great move. Got chased off the 3. It's come over and I think affected that shot as well. I think that's his range at the moment, mid-range. I'm sure the national team and Creighton will develop that outside shot to be a 3-point shot as well.
Zuli drives in. And the air ball by Mua.
Good defense again. Stopping the drive, getting out to the 3-point shot. Forcing the air ball from Cameroon. Now Uganda just need to deal with the pace of the game. That's Naras.
Just a frustrating afternoon for Cameroon. The game started 20 minutes late because of technical difficulties. Then they show up shorthanded because of everything that's been going on.
Wainwright just playing at his pace there on that layup. Drew Naras in for the contact, but they've just not quite been able to get going for long stretches of the game.
I think Cameroon are very similar to the Central African Republic in that they struggle scoring. And I think we've seen that today. They haven't quite got that balance. Defensively, they're usually really tough. And, well, I mean, you take away the guys that aren't here for them, but, you know, you don't want to take anything away from Uganda either. I mean, they're kind of, they put on a good show today. Naras. And Opong gets in. They knock it off the rim. Now here comes Mua. Zuli from the arc. There for the putback. Naras was swatted by Dingu.
Take care of it, Arthur. Good concentration. Great job by Dingu. And Kaluma retrieves.
Oh, nice handoff to Ziwa.
Ziwa blocked.
Zuli, good. Three-pointer finally falls for him. Back to a 15-point deficit.
Yeah, an immediate timeout. Coach Jules Gananopoulos sprinted to the table to get that timeout. Semi-transition on the three-block shot.
You know Dingu can get up and swat, but he doesn't look as big and physically imposing. But boy, he's got some good length, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's good timing. And a long body.
This is a tired timeout. That's all this is. This is a timeout to give you guys rest, so make sure you get up. Get a water, get a water, get a water. Offensively, Ish, we got you bringing it up. Dang, set this screen in the backcourt, okay? You can get downhill on Kaji, go for it, okay? If not, just pull it back out and run the clock. Pull it back out and run the clock. If we get a stop and we can get out and run, we can still do that. But in the half court off these dead balls, let's just get into our press break. Ish, go get the ball, and then just ball screen, because they're gonna be pressuring up top. Everybody stay near, because they're probably gonna run and jump right now. Okay, they're probably gonna run and jump. If there's a loose ball, chin the ball. Chin the ball and stop trying to dribble it. Here we go, guys. Together on three. 1, 2, 3. Together.
He's 6'9", Dengu, 24 years old. Of course, Kaluma at 19. Z was just 23. And Adam Seiko's 23. We've got some young guns playing well. Interesting to see.
The possibilities are there for Uganda
Yeah, sure,
basketball,
absolutely.
their national team. There's no doubt about that. Oh boy, just Mua sneaks in, pushes over Ziwa and scores. Takes it away easy.
Got to take care of the ball. An offensive foul. I mean, this is where the learning process is difficult. And it was just too casual by Wainwright. Why dribble into the defender? And Ziwa's got to be stronger. They've got to switch on.
Well, they're just, taking that ball away from Ziwa and getting the layup and then getting the ball back. I mean, they just literally opened the door.
And this is right out of a timeout.
Oh boy, Kaji's open, and he makes it.
Yeah.
There we go, game on again, folks.
Coach Gallinopoulos might be forced into another timeout. Dengu's got to be...
Opong settles the nerves.
He's been really solid.
So he was
big,
great.
big
He was
plays.
great in some of the qualifiers. Zuli, nowhere to go. Mua. Out to DJ Strawberry. They needed that one.
Yeah, definitely. Uganda just got to play through this. Deng, blindside screen. I'd like to see him set a screen and then roll and get the ball. But they're just helping on him there.
Boy, look at Seiko. That can't happen.
Zuli maybe not as mobile. You can see him wincing.
See he's wincing. Yeah,
He may need, well, he doesn't want to come out, but he may have to come out. But
yeah, he can't move.
so unfortunate for it. They're very proud player. But Seiko's got to just do his job. Gets into the lane and gets to the free throw line.
So Uganda closing in on victory, and
yeah,
South Sudan awaits, and that's going to be an intriguing game.
Absolutely, South Sudan, first AfroBasket. Very exciting team. Loads and loads of talent and size and length. Excited to see them later.
I guess Cameroon will hope, let's see, that because they would lose a head-to-head to Uganda. So they will be, they're going to be in tough shape. I mean, maybe they would rather Senegal win. No, because then they would lose the head-to-head. Well, if they beat Senegal, no, I guess they'd rather South Sudan beat Senegal, and then they would have a chance to beat Senegal and win the head-to-head there. But again, they're going to be trailing in points because they don't get the participation point. That's what's so brutal about not being able to play that first game.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been in a tough hole before they even arrived here. But Zuli playing with so much guts.
Yeah, you just got to admire him. I hope it's not the end that, you know, these guys, because they, of Zuli.
Zuli just 30 years old, though.
There's Dane, catches it down low.
And they're almost there, Uganda, for a big, big win.
He's back to 14. They've got to hit some threes. Zuli, that's going to be short. Got to play 40 minutes.
They're going to be chased now, Ziwa.
And Opong is going to pass it back out. So Uganda getting their first win of the FIBA AfroBasket.
That's a strong foul by Zuli.
Boy, after yesterday's drama, this one's somewhat slightly anticlimactic in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it was three unreal games, and then
the fourth was even.
It was that was dramatic and tight until and Tunisia did amazingly well to come back. Real sort of emotional and highly charged affair between the North African neighbours. But yeah, it's been a great competition. Storylines everywhere you look.
Mohamed spins, loses it, but then Moa gets it back. Ooh. Waziwa is going to have a few bruises after this game. He's definitely felt the physicality of Cameroon probably as much as anybody.
Yeah, one of the young players he is. One of the shorter players on the team, and again, if you go in with the big trees, you're going to get an elbow in the head or the face. We've talked about basket difference, goal difference in the other games. I'm not sure it's going to make much difference for Cameroon, but they need to keep it as close as they can.
Well, Uganda are going to get the sweet taste of victory.
Kaluma with the finish, dribbling left. Exclamation mark for the victory. Cameroon's troubles continue, Jeff.
They do indeed. it's not pleasant viewing, but Uganda win it 80-66 over Cameroon. Congratulations to Uganda getting their first win. They came out and did what they had to do.
Yeah, they certainly did. And did the job required. 59% from two, that's a good effort. 31% from three, 10 from 32. 59% for the free throw line. And the Ugandan team in front of us here, thanking the crowds behind us for coming to support them, so important. There's the top scorers, Seiko with 20, Opong with 15, Gu with 14, Strawberry 17, Kaji 11, but was in foul trouble a lot of the game, Comey 9, and Uganda get the win. And they're off and running in this AfroBasket. Here's some highlights. Cameroon just kept hanging around for a lot of the time, and Ugandan had maybe some concentration issues, some focus issues, maybe some fatigue issues, because they'd already played one game. Cameroon, this was their first game, but they hung tough. And Ishmael Wainwright, real facilitator, almost a triple-double for him, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 9 points. On the whole, apart from that casual charge at the end of the game, he played really strong. That was a great pass from the top end. Jalaba letting him know. Gu just finishing it under the hoop where he's most effective. Again, Ishmael Wainwright over the top of two Cameroon defenders, eyes up, heads up. Team basketball. Sees Gu dive to the basket. Both defenders come to him. Kaji vacates the area under the basket. Gu does the rest. Interesting character.
So Uganda go 1-1. They're top of Group D. Senegal will play South Sudan later, and you got Cameroon falling to 0-2. Of course, they've only played one game, so therefore they have one participation point. They also had that 20-0 defeat to South Sudan by forfeit. 80-66, Uganda win it over Cameroon.